Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, August 7th. Going to get started with the before market close video, live stream, and ticker requests. If anybody does have any ticker requests, please let me know inside of the thread. I know we had a couple of new people join the community in the last couple of days, so welcome. If you go to market stocks, this is usually where I put it. And then if you just click on the reply or reply in thread, if you hover over it, or if you're on mobile, if you just touch it and hold with your thumb or your finger, it will come up as reply in thread, and then just put the ticker with the ticker symbol and then the exchange, just like that. And then I can get to that at the end. But going to dive into it as a reminder here. Before I dive into it, I just want to remind everybody that I do these market closes usually about 30 minutes before the stock market closes. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I was doing it Monday through Friday, but leading into the summer and things were kind of drying up a bit, there wasn't as much to update on, so I started doing it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But as I mentioned, my parents were here visiting from Prince Edward Island here in Edmonton, and I'm going to be going to PEI as well here in a few weeks. So obviously taking some time off for the summertime. I've also got some massive news that I'll be sharing with everybody soon. Not sure when, probably in the next couple of months. But some massive personal news. My life is going to change drastically. But we'll take a look at the crypto space here. So obviously the news of the day today was PayPal getting into a US dollar stablecoin. I did a video on that earlier today. You can check that out for my thoughts and opinions specifically on that. I won't dive into that exactly in depth because I've already done a video on that in effort of time. But PayPal getting into and offering crypto for its clients sparked the last bull market, and this could be something as well that adds to the fuel to the fire to this next bull market. And I think we're very close. I think at the end of the year we could potentially see a spot Bitcoin ETF approved, maybe even multiple. But as you can see here, crypto was selling off, and that's generally what happens. We get a big catalyst and we're in a bear market, right? People think we're going to shoot to the moon, but we usually have a pretty big hard and fast drop and then a nice recovery and then usually a hard pop. So it's looking right now like everything is starting to recover and stabilize. We're looking for 15-minute higher lows here at the moment. We're still in a 15-minute uptrend on Bitcoin and pretty much across the crypto space. I know it's a holiday here in Canada. Most people in the PAL Group community, private community, are Canadians, so you're probably not around the computer today, but if you're viewing this after the fact, hope you had a great long weekend. And as a reminder, Canadian the stock market in Canada is closed, so it will resume tomorrow, but the US stock market is open, so that's why I'm updating it here today. But taking a look at crypto here and Bitcoin specifically, so we did drop to a daily lower low. We started the daily bounce yesterday, and then we actually continued the daily bounce today, but very weak. We had those upper wicks, and then sure enough, we lost support, started daily consolidation. So a little bit of a bull trap there, but we are looking for a potential EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on the daily time frame. So it's looking like we could see some upside here in the very short term. But we had support there at 28,612. We hit 28,669. So we held that support. If we do lose that support there at 28,612, we have nothing nearby until 24,770 and then 25,000 psychological. So things could get pretty ugly in a hurry if we do lose that support. If we zoom out to the 4 hour, there's no real support either until about 26,000. And then if we zoom out to the hourly, yeah, there's not a whole lot there either. Pretty much nothing. Like that was just a straight rocket up. So 26,000 realistically, and then 25,000. But all about that low there at 28,612. We lose that, probably heading to 26 to 25K. But no major red flags whatsoever. This was just healthy consolidation. We knew that we were still in a weekly uptrend. We're still holding the EMAs, and we're holding EMA 12 here as well. And we had that bull cross. We could potentially see a bear cross of these weekly EMAs, but as long as we hold it as support, everything's looking pretty good at the moment. So no major red flags whatsoever on Bitcoin and crypto. If we zoom out to the monthly's looking really good. We have the low, high, higher low, and higher high. So we're confirming the monthly uptrend. And then we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here with the shorter term below the longer term. You can see when the shorter term, the exponential moving average, the EMA 12 was above the 26 period EMA. When that crossed, that was a bear cross. We had tons of downside. Now we're seeing the flip side on the monthly time frame with the shorter term, the EMA 12 below the 26, potentially crossing bullish. When the shorter term is below the longer term, it's a bull cross, bear cross, bull cross. Now we're seeing a bull cross, and we have a lack of monthly resistance. If we can get over 31,829, we have nothing until about 48,222. So you can easily see a massive move here if we get some kind of catalyst like spot Bitcoin ETF, we get any kind of If the Coinbase lawsuit gets dismissed because of the Ripple, they're basically using the Ripple playbook. So thank you, Ripple, King Ripple, best cryptocurrency on XRP, the best cryptocurrency on the planet, in my opinion, and then Ripple, the best crypto company on the planet. If we take a look at movers and shakers today, we have Code, HP, and GMX, followed by XDC leading the decline today. Not surprising to see XDC pull back after such a monster move over the last couple of months. If we take a look on the bull list, MGTI, BCH, Cell, and Algo leading the bull list today, but not much green here, pretty much a sea of red at the moment. If we take a look at versus Bitcoin, so BAT, DMG, and EOS Filecoin leading the most to the decline comparative to strength in Bitcoin, and then XLM holding up the best comparative to Bitcoin, but realistically not much out there worth of gains today, or anything really stealing the show today. But like I said, today's a holiday, so maybe even tomorrow we could see some serious upside, in my opinion. But we are starting monthly consolidation on Bitcoin as well. We had 28,874 support, and the low of last month, 28,612. So we're looking for a monthly higher low compared to 24,770. As long as that holds, we maintain the monthly uptrend. So that's key support going forward. Taking a look at SPY. So as I mentioned yesterday, if I bring up the POW group community here, just take a look at see if there's any news developments. So I mentioned this yesterday. SPY futures ticking up and opening higher than Friday's close. Let's see if we get a bit more upside into tomorrow and form an inside bar over the next few days, i.e. tightening ranges. And that's exactly what we got today. We have an inside bar, and we saw a bit more upside from the stock market. You can see here we closed the day at 446, and then we opened today at 448, and then we had the high of the day at 450. So exactly what I was predicting came through based on the most likely scenario, based on technical analysis, and it's a daily inside bar at the moment. So resistance is the high of Friday, which is 452.90, and then we have the support there at 446.27. If we break resistance, we start the daily bounce, and if we lose support, we continue the daily consolidation So at the moment, also it was a potential daily bear flag, but we broke above the 0.32 fib, so we're no longer expecting a move down to 440, but it was an upper wick, so if we ignore that upper wick, that could be a monster bull trap. But if we lose 446.27, again, that's a daily downtrend confirming with a lower high and lower low, and we would also confirm the daily bear flag, and then we'd be targeting about 440. We also have that previous resistance here from the cup and handle, so that's around 439. So it's all about support and resistance at this point. Tightening range, we're even potentially set up for another inside bar into tomorrow, which again, I mentioned that in the POW group community yesterday when the SPY futures were ticking up higher. So looking like tightening range is likely going to be the case, and that's usually what happens leading into a holiday and then less trading activity, things like that. It's a Monday. We should start to see, I think we could be due for a little bit more of a pullback, because even on the weekly time frame here, we just started weekly consolidation. Could go as low as 440, test EMA 12 there. It's been a while since we tested EMA 12. The last time we tested it was back as support, was back in the end of May. And then on the monthly time frame, we haven't even started monthly time frame consolidation yet. So if we lose 437.06, 437.06 on SPY, that is going to be a very big cause for concern, because we'll be starting monthly consolidation and we have no support all the way down to 377. So in my opinion, just from that low being lost of last month, we could easily pull back 3 to 7% and back test those EMAs. So we'll be watching for that. And we do have a pretty big cup and handle here on the monthly time frame. Imagine if this was a monthly cup and handle forming and we went all the way up to above 600. That would be wild. Can't see that happening though. But remember, we're still expecting the .com fractal to play out, and we knew to be expecting some deviation from this because of the fact that Congress still hasn't been banned from owning stocks. So watch for Congress from being banned from owning stocks to mark the top, and then potentially head to monthly oversold. And we're seeing this hidden bearish RSI divergence with lower highs and lower lows, and then higher lows and higher highs on the price action. Similar thing happened on Tesla, right? Before it had a monster crater So we had head and shoulders, we had an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, lower highs, lower lows, higher lows and higher highs. Eventually a tipping point was reached and we crashed all the way down to about 100. We dropped, 80%, 75%, and we're still not that bullish here on the RSI. So we could still be heading the monthly oversold. The top could be very, very close here leading into the fall and the end of the year. So speaking of Tesla and individual tickers on the day today, we'll take a look at the main watch list. So VEGA, FUBO, and OPK leading the decline today. On the bull list, we have MVMD, MNST, and AMC. So I did add a position in PayPal today. PayPal, actually my girlfriend mentioned this yesterday, and yeah, she said, I'm looking at PayPal because she's getting big into stocks. She's actually going through my course right now. The course was free. It's no longer free anymore. So if you go to pursuitofwealthgroup.com or powgroup.ca, if you scroll down, you will see Pow Group Academy, or you can just click on Academy here at the top. It'll bring you down. And anybody who's already a part of the Pow Group community, it was free for anybody who was a member, and it was free. You didn't even have to be a member. But at this point, it's going to be free for anybody who joined the Pow Group private community. So if you're a part of this community, I'm just going to take a look at this. 198% growth in total value locked this year for Cardano. Wow. So if you're a part of this Pow Group private community, and you signed up before today, then you will still have free access to this free course. And if you haven't accessed it yet, just reach out to me. As long as I see that your account is active and it was active before today, I'll give you a code and you'll be able to get access to that getting started training and that course, that academy, first course that I have on the academy. I'm actually going to be working on a more advanced course, but this used to be free. It was free for almost 2 years, I think, but now it's $9.99. So if you didn't get a chance to do that, like I said, if you joined before today, just let me know. But like I said, my girlfriend's going through it and she was looking at PayPal, and I've kind of showed her a few things in that course. And she said, wow, PayPal really looks attractive at this price. And if we take a look here, PayPal is the lowest it's been. Like, we just hit $58. If we take a look at the last time we were at $58, you're looking at all the way back here in 2017. So we're essentially time machining back to 2017. We're at lower than we were in March 2020 in C19. So you essentially have the chance to go back now, all the way back to 2017, like 6-7 years ago, where you can buy PayPal at that price, right? So I added a position today. We also came off monthly oversold. Again, I teach my students, I teach everybody this, I taught my girlfriend this. If you know nothing about technical analysis and you do not buy when we're up here, and you only buy when we're down here, if you're looking to go long and hold for a long period of time, you will do better than most 99% of retail traders out there, because that's what most people do, is they buy high and they sell low, right? They panic sell and then they FOMO buy, right? And it's the complete opposite of what the market is meant to make you want to do, right? It's meant to make you feel some type of way. And if you're buying stuff because of FOMO or panic selling, then you're making buying and selling decisions based off emotion, which is an absolute terrible idea. So like I said, we're down now from the high to the low here. We're now down over 81. We were down over 81%. So like I said, this could be a monster move. If we go back just to all-time highs, that's about a 4x from here. So $1,000 investment into about $4,000. If you put $10,000 into this thing, you could even put your stop below $50. And if you get it close to that level there, even if you did below $50, essentially that's 20%. So maybe not, you wouldn't want to do that. You'd probably try to get it closer to 58, and then risk, $8 or so to make, 400%. So essentially, let's say you get it close to 58, or even now, if you put a stop below 10%, you're risking 15% to make 400%. So that risk to reward ratio. And if you're not sure how to do that, you can just go long position and then extrapolate this out, move it up to your target, and there's your risk to reward ratio. So 4.47. And then your profit, 423%. But I'm really liking PayPal leading into the end of the year here. Definitely due for a massive bounce if it's anything like Facebook. We all know what happened with Meta here over the last few months. Just take a look at Meta here on the monthly time frame. Look at that chart. And we're more than likely due for a pullback. If we take a look from the low to the high here, if we pull back to the 0.32, it could still be a monthly bull flag, but that would bring us back to 234. But in order to think that we're going to be going back to those fib levels, the 0.32 or the 0.5 around 200, 175, 0.618, and then the golden pocket there around 140, we're looking, in that area as the most likely scenario. But we can't be confident that we're heading down to those levels until we lose 284. If we lose 284, we start monthly consolidation. And then, like I said, we have no support all the way down to $88. So this thing could easily crater. Could be a nice short opportunity too if we lose 284. Short it, then your stop loss would be 326, just above 326, right? And shorting just means you're betting that against it. You're betting it's going to go down. Something I was explaining to my girlfriend as well. But that's pretty much all I have. We'll take a look at Canadian MJ again. All the ones on the CSE or all the ones on the TSX or TSXV closed today. But in terms of bulls and bears, we have CGC, Tilray, and IMCC leading the decline on the bull list. We have, Oxley, that would be closed on the TSX. Love closed. BFF, the only green, and then OGI slightly up today. But as a reminder, I posted this in the PAL group community as well. If you go over to the Market MJ channel, Cron reports tomorrow morning pre-market, BFF reports Wednesday morning pre-market, Canopy reports earnings Wednesday after market close. And then I gave the estimates. So if you go through here, Cron and CAD, you've got VFF and USD. So there's your revenue estimate, your EPS estimates, and then same with Canopy, expecting 90.3 million Canadian, and then negative 0.1983. So not. I think Canopy earnings could be okay. I don't think they're going to be great. They're definitely not going to lift the sector, and I think there's going to be a pretty big loss incurred as well. But if we take a look at Tilray here real quick, just a leader in the Canadian space, zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see here daily consolidation today, and we are confirming a daily downtrend with a lower high and lower low. So that means zoom out to the weekly time frame and look for weekly consolidation. That's exactly what's happening. When we lose an uptrend on a time frame like the daily, that means zoom out to the weekly and watch for consolidation. Consolidation just means we're pulling back, losing the low of the previous candle and week, or whatever time frame that candle is. So 223, as soon as we lost that, we started weekly consolidation. But we can take a look at her from the low to the high, and right now this is a perfect weekly bull flag potential. So if we take our measured move from the low to the high, we move that out to, move that trend line out. What is going on here? Let's get rid of that. We move that out to the 0.382 fib. So in order to negate the weekly bull flag, we need to lose 215 convincingly. And then in order to confirm, we need to break the high of the bounce there at 255. So if we hold the low there at 215, which is the low of the day today was 216. If we hold that low and then break 255, then we're targeting, we'll just take our horizontal ray here, and we're targeting about 367. So even if you just entered on a break of that resistance, that would be about a 43% trade opportunity. But I won't be selling a single share before $10 USD on Tilray. So it's looking pretty good. In terms of USMJ, not really much to see here. Again, pretty much everything's closed. And we have the OTC tickers, but there's really not much going on. I'm basically just looking at MSOS. And as you can see, MSOS starting weekly consolidation. It's been weak. I said it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. I just did a video, but could be a nice trade opportunity. Again, $5 looks like to be a nice floor. You could enter with a stop below $5, 474, 444, allow a little bit more risk. All depends on how much risk you're willing to incur and to take on. And it all depends on the amount of dollar volume and the amount of the sheer capital that you're thrown at, right? If you're putting $1,000, you might be able to risk a little bit more. If you're putting $10,000 or $20,000 in for a trade, again, I'm not looking to make taco gains. I'm buying the lows, dollar cost averaging. I continue to add. I'll add it. I'm pretty much packed with regards to most of my MJ, but I am looking to add some other names, and MSOS is one of them. And I could look to potentially add some more this week, but I'll keep everybody posted on that. But going down it there, let's take a quick peek at the rest of the market. And then, like I said, I'll be resuming these private member-only live streams into September. I get back from PEI around, I think it's the 6th of September. So likely the second week of September, I'll start resuming the before market close member-only private live streams. All right, going to end it there. Hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see everybody in the private chat room in a few minutes. Talk to you soon.